Hello friends, how are you? Hope all are well wherever you are. Welcome back to my channel. Today we will learn how to use Git stats. So a lot of times, you are working something and you realize you are not fully prepared to commit so you can just save it temporarily in your local repository and you can work something else so basically the Git stats is the kind of small shelving unit you can save your local work in your local repository without pushing to your remote repository so that you can come back again and you can change it or you can add it or you can delete it or you can whatever you want so it's very handy to use the Git stats for time to time so how you can do it how the Git stats is work so you'll see so basically let's say if I look at this here what is the status of my Git now. So if you just write status, you see my main branch is clear, nothing to commit everything is clear so if I create a file, let's see you see it's touch style.c. I'm just creating a CSS file so as you can see here the file has been created in the local repository. And if I see what's my Git status now, you'll see there is a untracked files that file is so in that case let's say this file you are not ready to commit you want to, for time being, you want to save in your local repository and working something else in that case you can use the Git stats so there's a two way you can do it if I do it, let's say it starts now start see there are no local change to save it will give you but if I do, let's say if I add first that file style.cs, if I add this file first and then if I do the Git stats, it will do it so if I do git add and the file has been added in your local repository and if I do it now Git stats so you see saved working directory and index state in that state now so I'm just going to make it small. So it is now saved in the local. As you can see, the file has been gone. In your, it is saved in the shelving unit. It's not in here anymore. So if I look at these, Git status now, you see the walking tree is clean. The branch is nothing to commit. So this is how we can let's say and now you you create another file let's say I'm just going to create the file from your Git bash. You can just write touch and then let's say I'm going to index file HTML file. I just created one HTML file. So here is an HTML file and if I look at these Git status now, see the untracked files. There's the one index file and so now I'll show you another way how you can do Git touch so if you do the up arrow key and then Git touch -u, which is an untracked files you can do it there's one command it will stack all the untracked files as well so if I do that command and if I do press enter, you see it's gone now. So it's this is another the shelving unit. It was saved in that here so this is how you can do two ways. So one is git -u, which will untrack all the files, will be saving the shelving unit. I'm just saying a shelving unit but it will save in your local repository. And another way you create the file and you can add it and then Git stats. So you can see the list of the stats how many you have so in that case you just Git stats list. You see there's a three all of them I have. So in that case you can work any of them you can go back and let's see my status of my still is everything is clear because even though I added index file and style.css file but it's showing my local repository is clear, nothing to commit because I saved them in a local repository for temporarily. Now I can push it, like, if I add, let's say I want another file. You see start testing file, not txt file, and now I have added another file. So if I do the git status now, you can see that file I have newly created, like, so I want to add it fast. So git add, I added this file. Look at this status now. So I need to commit this new file I've added, like, so I just commit it, like, let's say git add, git commit, m is message, like, so I'm going to put a message testing us git start. Right, so now I can push it to my remote repository. Okay, so let's see, git push. So it will ask me my passphrase because my GitHub Git is set up with the SSH, so I'm putting my password. Now it will push it to the remote repository, right? So I'm just going to open my remote repository. Now, as you can see, like, this is the file we just push it, like, testing file is 2 minutes ago, like, so this is how we can push. Now if you go back to here, like, and you want to see the git status, main branch is here, like, nothing to commit, like, nothing to add, like, now let's go back to our git stash, like, let's say the git stash git stash list. I will still all the stars are available, like, I'm working on that, like, and so one of the style.css, one of the HTML file. So you want to bring it back, like, so you can do here in this pop, that will bring it back here. You see the index.html, that was the last one, like, the HTML. First we did CSS style.css file, like, so if you do the pop again, so now the style.css is came, like, so this is the, because this one we added we did first add and then we did the git stash, and this one we did, like, without adding, we just that's an untracked file, like, we did a git stash -u, like, so it was, so both of them is in here now. And if you look at the git status now, you see the index file and the style.css, like, even though we did, like, this file was added before git add, we did this command, but we didn't do this one. It's still untracked files, like, So friends, this is how you can use, like, git stash, like, for your when you're working, like, you want to work something else, like, and you can save it in your local repository for a while and then come back again and then working again, like, you can make a branch on a git stash, like, and then working on the branch as well, like, so basically you can create in a new branch and then do the git stash on that branch, like, so this is how we can do as well. So when you do the git stash pop, like, what it will do, it will remove the changes from your stash and reapplies to your working repository. It will bring it back, like, you can also the command, like, the git stash apply, which will also alternatively you can reapply the changes to your working repository, like, and keep them in its task, like, so this is how we can do. Just a arrow key, like, it starts apply. So this so either you can do the git stash pop, it will bring it back to your local repository, or git stash apply, like, You can save as well as another command for save, or you can drop git starts drop, git starts. But if you do the git start drop, which one? Let's say we did the git starts list. So there's only one still there, the rest of them we bring it back, in here, So if you want to drop, you can easily drop, this is how you can drop git starts drop and stash at 0. So it will drop, So this is how you can drop, Remember, initially we was a 3, stash, So now, if you look at this, nothing. So this is how we can do, and or you can also use it starts clear as well, which will clear everything, even though we don't have anything, so it will clear everything, So friends, this is how you can use git starts, which is very handy, I like it, because when you are working in your big project, you have so many things to do, here and there, so you are not ready yet to commit, finally to your remote repository. So you can just play with this, save it for a while and then come back again and, change whatever you want, So this is how we can use, Git. So I hope it was helpful somehow, and if you play with with this, you'll be more comfortable with this and you'll get more confidence on that, so please, friends, please subscribe to my channel, and if I doing anything wrong, please do let me know on a comment, and see you next video. Thanks. Bye bye.